Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Ailey. I'm from Turkey and today I will be talking about 5 mistakes Koreans make when speaking English. Now, as an English learner myself, I used to make similar mistakes, but thankfully in time I learned how to correctly express myself and I even scored 112 on TOEFL exam. So I thought this type of a video would really help you guys out, especially if you don't have anyone to regularly practice English with. So yeah, without further ado, let's start with our first mistake. So what did you do all week?
You know, I was at the company.
The company? Which company?
The one that I work at.
Oh, so you were at work.
Yes, I just told you.
Oh. So the mistake here and the reason why I was confused is because in her head, Yuri is thinking, 뭐 그냥 회사를 다녔어. But she's trying to exactly translate her words. And in Korean, of course, we do say 회사, but in English, we do not say company when we're referring to the place that we're working in. We just simply say, well, I was just at work, I was just working. So when she said I was at the company, I immediately thought, wow, was there a specific company that we were talking about? Was there a company in this context? So that's why I was confused, and that's why you should say I was working or I was at work instead of I was at the company.
그리고 저는 요즘 멤버십 프로그램을 하고 있는데 새로 영상을 올릴 때마다 영어 대본과 한영 자막을 자유롭게 설정할 수 있는 영상도 멤버들에게 올려드릴게요. 관심 있으시면 아래 설명을 참고해 주세요.
So what else did you do?
So, I met a guy.
You met a guy? How is he?
You know.
I know.
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Oh, you met the guy. Your boyfriend.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the second mistake is actually something a lot of English learners are confused with, and it is the use of the definite article, which is the. And since we don't have something similar in Korean, it might be confusing to know where and when to use this word. So in our example, Yuri was saying, I met a guy, which made me think she met someone else. She met a random guy when she was trying to refer to her boyfriend, which is the guy. There is only one of him. There is only one boyfriend. Also, for this example, I wanted to clarify that I met the guy does not actually mean I met my boyfriend in English. It was just the case for our example. So if Yuri actually wanted to say I met my boyfriend, she should have just said I met my boyfriend. But our example was just to show the difference between a and the. And in the case of definite article, there are some words that you should always use with the, like the weather, the sun, the earth, because there is always one of those things. There are not 2 suns, not 2 earths, etc.
So, I went to a party last week, but I was so boring.
You were boring? But you're a really fun person.
I know, but I was so boring.
But no, you're really fun.
I know, I was so boring.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is something I've been actually hearing a lot, and it is using the participle adjectives in the wrong way. And without getting too much into the grammar and confusing you guys even more, I think I can simply put it like this. So we have adjectives that end with ed and adjectives that end with ing, right? So the adjectives that end with ed are the ones that are affected by feelings. So for example, Yuri was bored. She was bored. She was the one who was feeling bored. In this case, she is affected, which is why she should have said, I was bored at the party. And then we have adjectives that end with ing, and in this case, these are the ones that are causing those feelings. For example, the party was boring. In this case, I'm referring to the party, and party is causing that feeling. It makes us bored because it is boring.
Do you know BTS?
I know of BTS. I don't know them.
You don't know BTS? Everyone knows BTS.
They do?
Yeah, of course.
I must be the only one.
Yeah.
So, do you know something something? Korean people usually use this when they want to ask 뭐뭐 뭔지 아세요? Or 들어봤어요? But in English, we can't always use the verb to know as the translation of 알다. In English, when we say do you know BTS or do you know Sean, we mean do you personally know them? Have you ever met them? And for objects like kimchi, I don't think we can ever say do you know. So in the case of kimchi, we can ask 김치 뭔지 아세요? Or 김치 먹어본 적이 있어요? And in these examples, what we should say is, have you ever heard of kimchi? Have you ever tried kimchi? And in our example, Yuri could have asked, have you ever heard of BTS? And I would be like, yes or no. But in this example, Yuri asked me if I knew BTS, which made me think if I ever met BTS, which is why I was confused.
Can you pass me my handphone? I want to check my SNS.
Yeah, sure, but what is SNS?
Like Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, you mean social media?
Yes, right.
So this one is pretty apparent, but it is the use of Konglish. And I have to admit, I've been in Korea for almost like a year now, and these Konglish words started to sound so natural to me. Even I sometimes get confused and use those words instead of their actual English translations. And in our example, Yuri said handphone instead of phone, and she said SNS instead of social media. Instead of saying directly like Instagram, Facebook, she said SNS, which might confuse an English speaker. And there are, of course, a lot of examples for this, just like saying 서비스, service for free of charge, saying sign instead of signature, or saying manicure for nail polish. Although they sound pretty similar, they're not the exact translations for these words in English. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!